Welcome to Let's Talk About It podcast where nothing's off limits, even the things your group chat avoids with Kat and Carlee. I'm Kat.
And I'm Carlee.
I think I just fucked that whole thing up, but it's okay.
You're okay.
It's okay. How was your day, Carlee? What'd you do?
It was good. I didn't really do much. I just cleaned up around the house, went over to my mother-in-law's, had a late lunch, and then she made steak tacos for dinner.
Okay.
So then she gave me some to bring home, and that's pretty much it. How about
Sounds
you?
like a good day. My day was all right. I was at work, working real hard like usual. And I'm not trying to be sarcastic. I mean it.
Yeah, no.
Then I went to the gym and, I upped my little baby weights since you want to make fun of me. Carlee likes to make fun of me. She was on FaceTime with me the one day and I had a little 18-pounder weight and she's like, how much is that?
I was not making fun of you because of the weight. I was just making fun of you because, just the way you were. I don't know. It was the way you were doing it. It was the way you were doing it. You were like,
she's such a bully. And I was like,
I can't make fun of you.
now I do a 20-pound. All right. I had to go up 2 pounds from my 18. My legs are killing me.
I can't make fun of you. You in the gym, so I can't make fun of you, but
my legs are killing me. Let me tell you that.
So what happened? So you was going to tell me a story.
Okay. So funny fucking story. So I went to the gym today. I went in the fucking stall I always go in. I had to pee. I look at the fucking toilet. Shit all over the fucking toilet. Like this time, I'm telling you, it was on the back of the toilet. Like up where the fucking flusher thing is.
That's disgusting.
I said, you know what? I didn't even pee. I didn't even have to pee anymore when I saw that.
What is wrong with people?
Girl, I've never seen shit. This is the gym. I've only seen that shit at the gym.
Like
at the gym. Like I guess they need to stop drinking them protein shakes.
That's probably what it is.
Clearly.
Or what is that? What do people drink now before working out? Pre-workout?
Yeah. Yes, they do. That probably has something to do with it too. But I'm telling you, like, I wanted to leave when I saw that shit.
Yeah, I mean, that's disgusting.
Yeah. I'm not.
Like, why?
And they don't clean it up. But like, I don't understand how your shit is getting on the toilet like that. Girl, I really don't understand. And I think I'm getting sick. Because I just feel it all in here. And my throat is a little scratchy or whatever.
Yeah. I told you. It's from going hot to cold, hot to cold, hot to cold. I told you.
No, it's from Alaric. Thank you.
He was sick like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, I know, but it finally caught up to me.
That's true. It probably just did. Yeah, I probably just did. You're right.
Even though he'd be drinking out of my cups and shit. He'd be like, I'm thirsty. And I'm like, okay, go grab something to drink. He goes, I want your water.
Like, no, you could get a drink if you want. Because kids backwash.
Oh, yeah, no, I don't drink it after him. Like, I just don't wash the cup. That's the problem. Like, I don't wash the straw. I just dump the water and get new. Because I'm not drinking my water after my kids have drink out of it, sorry.
Yeah.
No, you can keep that. And he's a straw biter. Like, he chewed this one. Both sides.
How the hell he chew those straws?
Girl, couldn't tell you.
That shit would break my teeth.
I told him he's gonna break his teeth on that shit.
Like, dang. Your kid got some strong teeth, girl.
Yeah. His little chiclets.
For real. For real.
Okay, so today we're gonna be talking about grief and, the different types of grief. Miss Loud Ass over here. I don't know if you just heard her walk down the stairs.
I did.
Because grief comes in different forms. It's not just losing somebody.
That is true.
So
that is true. And I learned that in therapy. So now I tell people that all the time because, like, when you think about it, I feel like a lot of people don't really realize that grief can literally be anything from like you said, like losing a job, losing a house, losing a friend, like yourself changing, changes happening, things like that. Like, you can grieve over all those different kinds of things. Grief can literally just be like any of that, right? Like, loss of a loved one, obviously, divorce, breakup, miscarriage, infertility, losing somebody important to you, a version of yourself, relationship, friendship, like that didn't go right, health changes, diagnoses, job stability, dreams, all those kinds of things. And just because it's not like a death of a person doesn't mean it's not grief. Doesn't mean you're not grieving. And that took me a long time to realize that.
Yeah, I think that, people always tell you, like, you have to move on, and nobody really talks about how to, like, handle your grief or, like, you know what I mean? So, like, and sometimes you won't even know it's grief, I feel like. There's a lot of things that people just, like, mistake as, like, I don't know how, like, I know that, like, I didn't really think about it like that until you have said, like, "Yeah, you're grieving." And I'm like, "What you mean?"
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So I learned that shit from you.
Yeah. And I learned that from therapy. So shout out to my old therapist. No, but
I think therapy no, honestly, like, a side note, like, I think therapy would benefit a lot of fucking people.
mhm.
It's very good. Like, I
Yeah.
was in therapy for a while. I just can't
Mhm.
afford it. But, yeah,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
really good.
If I count all the years I've been in therapy, it's about 5, 6.
Mhm.
And it's definitely helped me learn different tools, especially as I got older and I was more open to trying those different tools in therapy.
Mhm.
But when I specifically went back to therapy, I went back after my grandmother passed away. In 2022, I went back and maybe, I don't know, what was it, like 4 or 5 months maybe after she passed. And yeah, I knew I needed to go back because I could definitely feel myself like, getting in that pit of, there's normal grief and then there's like deep grief. And, that deep grief, you can really get lost in it. And that's people who literally like don't get out of bed, don't, do their daily activities. Like they don't, it's like those, it's literally like, it's like depression. Like you're grieving
Yeah.
so badly. You're so sad, you know what I mean? And you literally don't want to do anything. So, that's one thing my therapist always said, like, it's okay to grieve. It's okay to be in that, I'm grieving. But it's not good to be in that deep grief where you're so lost in it that like you can't even help yourself. So, it's definitely hard to not get into that, right? When you're grieving, especially over something that's like a hard hit for you. So,
Yeah. Yeah. I agree.
I know for me, I can talk definitely on the aspect of losing a loved one that this is probably the deepest amount of grief I've felt losing somebody in my life. But I know for you, you haven't really had that aspect yet. Luckily, right? Thank God.
Yeah.
And of course I don't wish it on anybody. Obviously, death is a part of life, sadly, and we're all eventually going to go through that. But what kind of grief do you think you've gone through throughout your life?
The girl, I feel like there's different ones, but like my current like griefs like that I'm grieving like currently would be like the life I thought that I would have. Like I feel like I'm grieving that cuz like every day I just feel like a failure and I'm just like really sad that I can't do better for my children. And it's not like I'm doing bad, like but I just want my kids to have
You saw
everything
different.
in huh?
You saw different. Like you envisioned
Yes, I
different.
saw like I was gonna be married, have 4 kids, like be happy, do things as families, like have a nice big house, have a good paying job. Like I have a good paying job, yeah, but it's not my career. I'm still in college, like and it's just like really just like I think about it and I just like feel like such a failure and I just like you know what I mean? If that
Yeah.
makes sense.
Yeah.
And it hurts me like a lot
Yeah.
for my kids.
Yeah.
More for my kids because I'm like they deserve better.
But
They deserve a two-parent household. They deserve happiness and to see love and
you're doing the best you can with what you got.
yeah. I just don't yeah. I also don't want to traumatize my kids, which I feel like I've already done. So that's another story,
You
but
know, trauma's good for the soul. No.
gives them some character. Don't
Yeah,
worry.
yeah, yeah. Man, yeah. I think you're doing an amazing job. So don't be too hard on yourself with that. But I know that's easier said than done, right?
Yeah.
I mean, we're still young, so it doesn't feel like it because we feel so emotionally, like mentally mature, and we feel like we should be so far ahead. And like we've talked about before, we see all these people on social media or this or that or whatever, like having this or buying a house or they're married and have 5 kids or you know what I mean, whatever the case is. And everybody's timeline is different. So we
Yeah.
have to remember that when
That
we're
is true.
grieving things like that.
Yeah.
Because yeah, it's a version of yourself that you're sad that is not what you thought it would be, but you're the version of yourself that you need to be right now, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
That's what I believe anyway.
Hey,
And
up to me.
yeah, whether it's the truth or not, I don't know. I just like to tell myself that. Blanca, you cannot be in the podcast. Yeah, so going over the aspect of like people telling you when you're grieving or even thinking to themselves like, "Oh my gosh, like it's been X amount of time," like, and they're still talking about it or they're still like so sad about it or whatever the case is, you know. I'm sure there's a lot of people that think those things.
Oh yeah.
And all I want to say to people like that is I'm glad you've never experienced such a deep grief in your
Yeah.
life that you haven't, you know, felt that before. I'm glad because I mean, I don't want to say like I was like one of those people where it's like, "Oh wow, like, you know, they're still talking about that whatever." Like I was never like that. But I never really understood, I guess, the feeling of that grief that like literally like it does not go away. Like you just learn
To deal with it.
to live with it. Yeah, to deal with it. It literally just becomes a part of you. And I'm sure it makes a lot of people uncomfortable. And that's unfortunate because this is definitely something that should be talked about more in our society because we literally, people die every day. People lose their jobs every day. Things change drastically for people every day. You know, people go through, you know, miscarriages every day, breakups, divorces, you know,
Yeah.
losing their jobs. You know,
Yeah.
I mean, look at everything that's going on right now in the world. Those things, bless you.
Thank you.
We're all going through some kind of grief, right? And it's like I said, I'm just glad that there's some people who still to this day haven't had to go through that. I mean, I know for me personally, I don't want to be the only one talking about it, but I know for me personally, like, you know, my grandma's been gone now since 2022. You know, now we're in 2026 and it's going to be 4 years this year. And
Mhm.
I mean, even thinking about it right now, my eyes get hot because it still feels like it happened yesterday. So like I said, I'm just glad that there's certain people in the world who still haven't experienced that type of pain, that type of heartbreak, that type of grief, because that shit changes you for the rest of your life.
For
So,
sure. I know that I get upset thinking about my grandma passing away. Like cry, like I cry because like what? My
mhm,
grandma? What do you mean? Like she's supposed to be here forever.
mhm, yeah,
That's my grandma's my favorite person besides my
yeah,
kids. She's my life.
yeah,
My grandma, like if I could buy my grandma a house and give her everything she ever wanted in her life, I would do it.
yeah,
And it makes me sad that like she's never gonna see me get married, maybe, you know what I mean? Because like I mean she could live another fucking 20 years, which I really hope because my grandma still kicking it, moving around, cleaning, doing whatever the fuck, still driving, you know, like so if that's the case, she could see me get married. Because possibly maybe I will, but you know what I mean? Like it makes me sad because that's the one person that I want to be proud of me.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
But you know your grandma, and she's proud of you no matter what.
I love her so
She's
much.
literally like the sweetest.
Oh my god, I love her so much.
Like I tell you all the time, like when I think of your grandma, I think of SpongeBob's grandma
Yeah.
because like she's just so sweet. Like literally the definition of like when you think of a grandmother, like
Baking and cooking and
yeah, like feeding you and giving you money in your pocket and hey sweetie, like you know what I mean? Like,
whatever. If you need something from her, she will literally try her best to help you in whatever way she can.
yeah.
She would
Yeah.
give you like the clothes off her back.
Yeah. She's the sweetest little old lady
Yeah.
that I've ever seen in my entire life.
Yeah, she is a great like I'm telling you, like when I hear Dolly Parton, like it makes me sad. I don't it makes me think of my grandma and like my grandma's still here.
Yeah. Yeah.
I just don't want her to ever be gone.
Yeah. And that's hard. And that's definitely going to be
Yeah.
a difficult time when that happens. But hopefully, like you said, it doesn't happen for a very long time.
Yeah.
And, you know, like I always tell you, appreciate the time you do have now and take advantage of the time you do have now. You know, we've had those conversations many times because
I told you though, it makes me sad.
yeah, and that's okay. And I know why it makes you sad because you don't want to think of ever losing her.
Yeah. I keep all of her voicemails. Every
Yeah.
single
Yeah, I still have my grandma. I still have
yeah, I remember
her
you when I was
voicemails.
down there or something. You played the one
Yeah.
voicemail. I
Yeah.
believe when I was down at your house. Yeah.
Yeah, probably. I probably did. Um, I know I listen to them occasionally, but the last time I listened to it, I literally died because I hadn't listened to it in like months. And then I was like, I just want to hear her voice. Because, my aunt sent me one. And I was like, oh, I just want to hear her voice. And then I literally was like, I couldn't breathe. I was like,
yeah.
But, shit like that is hard, man. Especially when anniversaries roll around for, and for with her, like it's even harder, right, for me because she literally passed away November 11th. Her birthday's the 19th. Then it's Thanksgiving, and then it's my birthday, the 29th of November. So it's literally like that month is like torturous for me. And especially like the first year. Like the first year didn't even feel real. I just remember going through the motions. She passed away on a Friday night. I flew back home Sunday. And I believe I went back to work Monday or Tuesday. And I went that week and took my RBT exam. And I passed it. I boohoo bawled my eyes out. And I don't know how I did it.
I don't know how you did it either.
For me, it was like I didn't have a choice. And I kind of just, I don't want to say buried myself in like work or whatever to try and like not move on from it, right? But like try and like
distract yourself.
Yeah, make the days go by pretty much.
Yeah.
But then it got to be too much, and then that's when I went to therapy. So
no. Do you ever feel like guilty that you still grieve grandma or anything like that? Or does anybody make you feel like that? Like whether they know that they're making you feel guilty or not,
Sometimes I feel like I got a little tear coming out.
It's okay, girl. It's okay. I told you this is going to be a real sensitive episode, and we're going to cry.
I should have put tissues in here.
I'm going to cry too.
Sometimes I feel like I shouldn't, talk about it or her. I don't know why that makes me so emotional. This is what I do when I'm about to cry. So, yeah, I don't know. Sometimes I feel like I don't want to make people uncomfortable. So, I don't
what, Carlee? If you make people feel uncomfortable by talking about her or whatever, then they're not your people.
Yeah.
And I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
Because I'll listen to you every single fucking day. I don't care.
No, and I know you will, And I know I have a group of select few people who I could just sit there and talk about her and they'll listen. You and my aunt being two of those people. I mean, I know it's going to sound really bad, but like with Julian, I mean, I talk about her sometimes, but like not often.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if that's just, I don't know why. Like for me, I kind of feel like I know he understands grief.
Yeah.
But I just feel like he hasn't also gone through that deep grief yet.
Mm-hmm.
Like I know he's lost people in his life and like he's grieved, like I said, other things other than a person, of course. But I don't think he's gone through that like deep grief to the point where it's like, if I message my aunt, it's like me and my aunt understand exactly like, or if I talk to my aunt about it, or you too, like we've had those conversations, whatever, but it's still like hard for you to understand like that other aspect of it too, like I said, because yeah, you understand that I'm grieving, right? But like you also still haven't gone through that deep.
No. Grief. And I've said that to you and I've apologized. Like, I'm sorry. I don't know how you feel. There's not, I know that there's nothing I could say or do that's going to make you feel better.
Yeah.
But just listening is all I can do.
Yeah. And there's nothing anyone can say or do. You know what I mean? Like, even with my aunt, I mean, me and her just sit here and talk about it and we say, like, damn you, Linda, like stupid shit like that. Like, you know what I mean? And we talk about how we're so mad at her still or whatever, but like we love her and we miss her and like, but we're fucking pissed, and like shit like that or whatever, and it's like, yeah, I feel like you go through all those emotions that like you get angry too at the same time because you're like, why the fuck did you have to die? Like, it's like, it's kind of like,
yeah.
And especially with her because it's like, I mean, I know she had a lot of health issues and she had COPD and all that. And it was literally like the last stage of COPD, which is a pulmonary disease for people who don't know. It has to do with her lungs. And she ended up being on oxygen 24/7 and she was falling a lot and, going into like comas because her oxygen levels were so fucking low. And like, she wasn't doing great. And there was one point where we thought she was going to die in the hospital because she had a fucking pulmonary embolism and she was in ICU. You know what I mean? And she didn't die then. So, and like she had been in and out of the hospital so many times. And like so many
That's
times we thought like, what'd
strong
you
ass
say?
woman. She's a strong ass woman.
Yeah, you know what I mean? And like so many times me and my aunt would go there and be there and feel like, oh my God, like, is this when, it's gonna happen? And it just like never did, like those times. So it's like this last time when it happened, it
Was a
was like, fuck.
it was a shock.
Yeah, and like the thing that like is even more of a shock is she just fell. She fell and broke her arm, and that was it. You know what I mean? And it's like, how the fuck does that equal like you dying? You know what I mean? So I still think about that shit all the time.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense.
Yeah. I think she was just so like
Tired?
yeah. I think she was just so done at that point. And she just was ready to be like, all right, I can't do this anymore.
Yeah.
Because, plus my grandma wasn't old.
No, she wasn't.
Oh,
No, she was
she was
not.
born in 51.
Yeah.
So she was not old. It's like sometimes you think about it, it's like, oh, they lived to be 80 something, 90 something. They lived a long life. Like she still had, she could have still had, 10, 15, 20 years. You know what I'm saying? That, she could be here. But unfortunately, that's not the case. And, I'm glad that I got the time with her that I did. I do know that after she passed, there is a song that I would listen to. So it's called Beloved by Mumford & Sons.
Mm-hmm.
Very good song if anyone hasn't heard it or if they're grieving and you like music like we do.
Yes.
I'm one of those people. It's a really good song. And that song hit me so fucking hard, like after she passed away. And it was just like, I would just play that song and play that song and play that song. But I think, yeah, going back to that first question, I don't think there's anyone who makes me feel guilty for grieving.
Okay.
But I do sometimes feel guilty myself for grieving, as long as like I am. But like at the same time, then I have to remind myself like there's no time limit and it's okay to talk about it or to express that it's still something I'm sad about, and I'm always going to be sad about it, and nothing's going to change that.
No.
If you don't like it, you can unfollow me, block me, delete me. I don't care. So, because I do post about it. So that's how I deal with it.
Yeah, absolutely. It's hard.
Mm-hmm.
It's a hard thing to handle,
Yeah, for sure.
I know that's something I grieve like my childhood, I guess, like I have. And I know that I was told like that's so long ago, get over it. I can't.
Mm-hmm.
Like I can't.
Yeah.
I literally think about like all the things that I do that are like toxic traits or just little things or big things, and I'm like, if I was loved properly, this wouldn't be happening. Or I choose wrong men, not Tim. We're not included. Like Tim was great, good person, but like I choose toxic men, and I'm like, if I didn't grow up how I did, I wouldn't be doing this. It's like a repetitive thing. Like, and I feel so sorry for my younger self. It's that's a lot for me,
Yeah. Well, because like when we're kids, we like want to be kids.
Yeah.
And it's hard to like not be, right? Like, does that make sense? You know what I mean? That shit's hard. It's difficult. My one of my friends here pointed out to me the other day. They were like, "Yeah, I didn't realize like you didn't, the first time you got drunk like that, like wasted like that was your 21st birthday. Like it was so different for like me and Paige or whatever. Like we were teenagers, this and that and the other." And I'm like, yeah, yeah, for me, it was a little different. I was raising my little sister.
Yeah, I was gonna say you were taking care of your sister.
Yeah, I was cooking, cleaning, helping my grandma with my sister. And, because my grandma started getting really sick when I was in high school. So it, a lot of pressure was on me and to be there. And if I, again, nothing against my grandma, but, if I wasn't there, sometimes I was made to feel like bad about it. So, but then like my junior, senior year, I started just being like, nah. And then at one point we had, different people living with us that would help and stuff. So it was like, I did get breaks. Like, it's not like I didn't, and I did have, those opportunities to go out and hang out with friends or do sleepovers or, things like that. But again, that was like my junior, senior year where I finally was like, nah, I'm gonna go out, I'm gonna do shit. I'm gonna be a bad kid.
Yeah.
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 I mean, and I still wasn't a bad kid. It
No,
just,
you were not. No,
yeah,
you were not. Not
yeah,
even close.
no.
I think I was a bad kid.
You probably did way more things than I did, but
I did way more shit.
well, that's another episode. Yeah. So, I mean, yeah, I, didn't really get to experience those things until after high school, really. And when I was dorming in college and things like that, like for me, that, I can relate to you on that because I feel the same. Like, I definitely have that grief of like not feeling like my peers and grieving that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So,
I know that I grieve. It's gonna make me cry. Sorry, one second.
you're good.
I know that I grieve not having the mom that I should have had.
Yeah. And that's hard too because, you, in a way, it's like, like we've talked about before, like you get it now that you're older, right? Because,
Yes.
you understand, but it still doesn't make it better.
No.
Doesn't make it hurt any less. Doesn't make it any less important, any less, of a feeling.
I don't know why that like hurts me so much.
Because
Like
it's deep. That's deep. You know what I mean? I get it. I
I
get
grieve
it.
that like and like I feel so bad because like I'm not trying to like shit on my mom like ever. That's not what I'm trying to do. But like she tries to be my mom now. And I'm
Yeah.
just like I have a wall like so high.
Yeah.
Like I don't need you now. I needed you then.
Yeah.
And like I feel shitty saying that. Blanca just closed the fucking door. Sorry. I feel really shitty saying that, but like I really needed a mom when I was growing up, and I didn't have one. I felt really hated, like really hated,
Yeah.
and like my sisters didn't grow up like that. They were treated so much. So I grew up hurt. You know.
Yeah. And that's difficult.
Yeah, I grew up hurt, but that's why I grieve. Like I grieve. That's something that I grieve a lot. Like for my younger self. Like now I'm just like it doesn't hurt me. Like when I think about it, like I think about how I felt when I was younger. Like that hurts. Like I felt like why can't my mom love me or my dad love me right? You know what I mean? Like my parents. Like
Yeah.
I think my dad was better with the love than my mom, but my dad was very very toxic and abusive.
Yeah.
My mom was very, very toxic, but like the love aspect, I don't ever remember her saying like, "Oh, I love you" or hugging me or any of that. So, and the school saw that the one time with something bad happened to me in high school,
Mm-hmm.
and the cops came and my mom came and she was just so closed off. But like I feel like maybe she was in shock or whatever, like but I got called into the counselor, like the guidance counselor's office the day after, and he was like, "Do you and your mom have a relationship?"
Yeah.
Because I'm a little confused. And I just looked at the guidance counselor and I said, no, my mom
Yeah.
hates me. Like, because I genuinely felt like my mom hated me my whole entire childhood.
Yeah.
So, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. And that's difficult because, especially when it's like, those are the moments that I needed you and you didn't show up for me.
yeah. And now I don't need you. I don't need anybody. I'm trying
Yeah.
my best on my own.
Yeah. And I definitely relate to that, because it's like for me, I always say my mom passed away, 3 years ago, before. And, that's who raised me, at the end of the day, is my grandma. And nothing will ever change that. Nothing will ever replace that. But at the same time, it's weird for me because my birth mom is still alive,
Yeah.
but we don't have a relationship.
No.
And, I'm cordial with her,
Yes.
hi, how are you? Love you.
You better than me, girl.
I do. I am like that with her when I see her, which is
Yeah.
very rare,
Mm-hmm.
very limited.
Yeah.
Maybe now once a year, maybe. And that's now because of Kyler and my sister. But before that, there was times I didn't see her. I don't know how long it was, So didn't talk to her, didn't see her. She didn't message me. I didn't message her. And, you know, at the end of the day, that's also something, you know, I grew up grieving too with my parents as well. You know what I'm saying? So my dad really, you know, I don't want to say my dad, but that's what I guess you would call him.
I'm not laughing at you.
No, yeah. He wasn't around either. You know, he was in and out of jail and had his own mental health issues and addictions and women and
Yeah.
many other children, and would be with other women that had children. And when I would see him, it's like we never connected on anything. Bless you.
Thank you.
And I just remember being in therapy in high school and my therapist telling my therapist that he was coming to visit and how I felt about it. And she told me to try to basically like connect with him and, you know, like learn things about each other, whatever. But like, it was so weird for me because it's like, you don't care to ask me these things. So
No,
why?
it's like a stranger
Yeah. It's like, you don't even know me. You know
at
what I
all.
mean? Like, you didn't know me at all. You just knew what your mother would tell you about me,
Yeah.
you know? So it's like, and then you wonder, like, why I didn't want to continue a relationship with you. And then, you know, other things happen, whatever, you know, that we've talked about. That could be another day. But, and then after that, I just am like, yeah, I'm good. You stay in your lane,
Yep.
I'll stay in mine.
And
And
at all for that.
yeah, and that's it. You know what I mean? Like when my grandmother was dying in hospice, he was there that first night. I didn't talk to him. He didn't talk to me. That was it. He didn't come again. I didn't see him again. And, you know, when we had her memorial service 6 months after she passed away, he was there. I didn't talk to him. He didn't talk to me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's how I would like it. And that's how I want to keep it. You know, my dad is Johnny. So, and my
Yep.
mom is my grandma. So,
Yeah, for sure. I agree with you.
yeah, you know, I mean, I've grieved those things too, and I've grieved that definitely. So I definitely understand that aspect of grieving childhood or grieving a parent that you wish you had or
Yeah.
whatever the case is,
And
because those things hurt.
we spoke about it a little bit today because of like, but like how your sisters got to grow up with your mom and you didn't. So like you have that feeling like, why am I not good enough? Why am I not enough? Why do they get to stay there and I don't? Like that's like a whole big thing in itself.
Yeah.
And like that, I don't know how like you can not feel like it's you know what I mean? Even though like clearly it's not. It's not you. It's the parent, you know? And I think that you're very strong for that, especially with how you were treated by your parents. I want to say
Yeah.
because they're more of like children than they are adults and parents, in my opinion.
Mhm.
And I'm not trying to shit on your family at all. Like, I'm not trying to do that. Like,
No, you're
I'm
good.
so happy that they got together and they had you. That's it. Like, I'm so grateful
That's
because
about
you
it. Yeah.
are my best friend. So, like, that's what I'm happy about. But, I wish that, things were different. But we also have said that you are happy that you grew up how you grew up.
Yeah. I mean, you know, nobody's perfect. You know, we've had those conversations too. My grandmother was not a perfect person and, you know, she had her own issues and growing up wasn't always perfect with her. And, you know, our relationship was strained there for a little while. And, you know, once I moved to Florida that last year that I got with her while living in Florida, our relationship really changed. You know, she would tell me how much she loved me and she missed me. And I didn't get that a lot.
Yeah, let it out, girl.
So,
I cried too. It's okay.
yeah.
Let it
Yeah,
out.
no, just thinking about it, but yeah, like I didn't get that a lot. Like I knew she loved me, of course, you know. I knew she did. But she was not the best at showing it.
Yeah.
But again, she's somebody who I didn't really want to ever imagine my life without. And now she's not here.
Yeah. It's hard.
You know,
Yeah.
you just gotta go through that and go through those feelings and kind of just deal with it. And it's okay to cry about it.
Yes, it
I'm
is.
not upset that I'm crying, you know, it's a feeling and I'm a person. But I definitely have gone through a lot of milestones in these last almost 4 years, and they're all milestones that I wish I could call her.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I have my aunt and my mother-in-law who are great fucking people
Yeah, you got really.
that I look at, as mother figures.
Yeah.
And I'm beyond grateful for them. And I'm sure you can understand this, right? That's not the same.
No. Yeah.
It's not the same as, like, no, I'm not even saying my biological mom. It's just not the same as, like, my mom. And that's, like I said, my grandma. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and for you, it's like your grandma. You know what I mean? Like it's just not the same. Like not feeling like what it would like when, like you said, you don't even like to think about her not being here. You know what I mean? Because it's like it's just
That's
not
the
the
only
same.
one that has ever showed me the proper love.
Yeah, yeah, and that shit is difficult. And I think that it's just a lot of feelings all in one. And, I get angry, like I said, at times too, because I wish things would have been different and she would have stopped smoking cigarettes and she would have stopped going to that quack ass doctor and she
Yep.
and she would have started putting herself first and she would have stopped surrounding herself with such heartless people and and people that she thought were her friends, but they weren't. And, unfortunately, that's not the case.
Your grandma just has
Because,
a really big heart.
yeah, and that's what I was gonna say. Like, I mean, you know that out of a lot of people, like, who have met her and you got to, experience that firsthand when you needed it,
I love your grandma so much. She was so adorable. She always wanted to talk.
Yeah, she was a chatty woman.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I get angry and then I move past it because I'm like, well, at least you're not in pain anymore.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm just glad about that because I know she also, like I said, was dealing with mental health stuff too, and she didn't really talk about it.
Yeah.
But I think that everyone who doesn't go through that kind of grief resentful of that,
Yes.
right? Because it's like, damn, man, you lucky as hell.
Yeah.
Ooh, you're lucky. But I don't wish that on anyone. It sucks. It
Yeah.
sucks. As you can tell, I'm fucking boohooing.
Bro, and that's okay. That is okay.
No, and I know that. And I'm trust me. I don't mind crying. I just hate crying because then my nose is all runny and then I gotta wipe
Yeah.
my eyes and anyway.
I hate crying because I'm like, oh, I'm such a baby.
Yeah, you're a little kid. But yeah, yeah. I think that, grief is something that literally shapes you
Yeah.
because you change priorities. Like you prioritize different things.
Mm-hmm.
Like for me, I take so many pictures now and videos, and I finally said yes to doing this too because
Yeah. Took a
I'm
little
like,
bit, but
yeah, I'm like, well, one day when I die, this will still be here
yeah.
and you can look at it because I'm going before you. But anyway,
No, you're not. Stop saying that. My kids can be like, look at TT Carlee and mommy.
yeah, so, and I definitely think for me too, like, I've definitely pushed boundaries with myself for certain people, and certain situations
Mm-hmm.
where I'm like, yeah, I mentally cannot do this. I mentally am not there. I'm not doing it. Like things like that, or just having a better understanding, a better empathy of like grief and loss now. And like, I just think that it's a hard subject for anybody to really talk about. And it makes a
Mm-hmm.
lot of people uncomfortable, like I said. So,
Yeah, it does. It does. I think it's crazy. I guess because they don't want to, you know what I mean? Like, they don't either A, they didn't go through it, or they don't want to, like, be a part of the hurt because maybe
yeah.
it brings up something for them.
Yeah. And I think sometimes people think like bringing up that person like will make that person sad or whatever. And it's like, no, like if I cry when you bring them up, I'm not sad
That's,
that, you brought them up.
yeah.
I'm glad. I'm crying just because I miss them. Doesn't mean like I'm so sad that you're talking about them.
Mm-hmm.
I know for me, it's like I love telling stories. Like that's why I love going and spending time with like my family, because like we just sit there and talk about her and talk about her and talk about her,
Yeah.
and it's like,
Yes,
literally,
yes. Yeah, it's true.
you know, and like,
I've been there.
yeah, you know, like we tell so many stories again and again and again, same stories
Yeah.
again and again and again, and it's like,
Like I tell the one with her cigarette.
yeah,
It's just, and she's
yeah,
just talking. She didn't even take one hit. What?
exactly,
She's just talking. And then she
exactly.
said she lights another one.
Exactly. It's like, you know what I mean? You sit there and you think about it, you laugh, and you're like, what the?
She was. I loved your grandma so much.
That's on, you know, she was a character for sure. And she was, you know, she was a very kind person who literally like would take anybody in and
Yeah.
would help anybody and give them anything. And that is one thing like she definitely always showed me. Like, you know, unfortunately though, for her, a lot of people took advantage of her.
Yes.
A lot, a lot. And it's so sad because she trusted people again and again and again and again and again. And like, but she was also such a hardcore woman. Like, it's just so like weird,
Yes.
you know? But she was soft at the end of it, I feel like she was soft on the inside. That hard exterior shell, you know, was soft on the inside. Kind of like Mr. Krabs. Again, a SpongeBob reference. But, you know, I think for me, it's like grief, you know, it comes in waves and some days are better than others. And there's days where now I can say, yeah, I might not cry every day. But I do think about her every day. I do, you know, talk to her every day. And I know some people don't believe in the afterlife or whatever. But for me, it's like, I hope there is that. I want there to be that. I need there, you know, that's all I can just hope for, you know, is one day I will see her again. And, you know, that's all I can hope for. And I don't care what anyone says. That's what I'm going to believe. So, you know, I've had a lot of things happen after she passed away that I don't think are just coincidences, and other people in my family have had things happen to them and it's all the same shit and we're just like, whoa, this wasn't happening before, you know what I mean? Like, you know, we've talked about like feathers and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And when we're together, you've seen it in PA.
Yes.
My technology, the acting haywire.
Yes.
You saw it firsthand.
Yeah.
So I'm just saying. I know technology is technology, but come on now.
I think it's your grandma trying to give you signs.
And it happened when we were talking about her. Remember?
Yes.
And all of a sudden the shit was like acting wrong. What happened? I forget. Like something on my phone. It was something on my phone.
Yeah.
Or the car. It was like something with the car, the phone, the lights like lit up it was like so weird. Remember? And you were like, this did not happen.
Oh,
This
yes, yes,
whole
yes.
time.
But there was like, I think there was two things that happened. There was the thing with the car. What the fuck? The tire light kept coming on.
Yeah. And then my flashlight light, remember?
Yes.
My flashlight light said it was on, but like on my thing it said it wasn't.
Yeah.
And I was like,
And the
don't.
tire light, it was fine the entire time except when we got into this area.
Yeah.
Because as soon as we were in this area, it started acting up because we were close to her house, I think.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my God.
Yeah. Yeah.
No. And it just kept doing it. And then like literally when you left, like when I, you know, didn't happen. Because I came to see you again at your aunt's house and it did not at all.
Telling you.
And like it didn't do it for the whole entire car ride, Carlee, until we got over here. And then it stopped and it was fine. And then it came on again.
Yeah, it's like, okay, if your tire light comes on, it comes on.
Yeah.
But it wasn't like it literally came on and then it would like go away and then it would flash on.
Yeah. And then it stopped. Like, it was fine.
Yeah. And then the thing would like lit up and it was like slippery roads or whatever. And it's like,
oh, yes, that too. Yeah. We're like, the roads are not even.
The roads were dry as fuck.
Yeah. It didn't even rain.
No.
Yeah, that was great. I forgot about that one. Yeah, because I know it was your phone and then the tire light. But yeah, it did. It kept saying that it was slippery.
Yeah.
Slippery road conditions.
Yeah.
Over again. I'm like.
Mm-hmm. And it's because I remember it was like right as we were talking about her. Like,
yes.
I forget what it was. Like I brought her up because of something. And all of a sudden it was like, we were like, what? It was like so weird.
I said,
man, listen.
Yeah, I was like, that's your grandma.
Yeah. Had to be. I don't care what anyone says. Had to be.
You can't prove me wrong. You can't change my mind.
Yeah. You can't tell me no. For sure. Yeah, for sure. But, you know, and I think for me, I think that, you know, that stuff definitely helped after she passed. is talking about her and therapy and like being able to understand like it's okay to feel how I'm feeling. Like that's part of grief.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not okay to like dwell in it, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Like trying not to let it overpower
Yeah.
my whole day or my whole, you know what I mean? Like my therapist always said, like I would tell her like, "Oh yeah, I cried about it and then I let myself feel how I was feeling and then I, I don't want to say moved on from it, but then I was like, okay, I have to do something else, like I cried about it. I felt what I'm feeling, this is what I'm feeling. I'm sad about it, but X, Y, and Z or whatever, so I think those things really did help, especially like I said, just having that therapist to talk to and cry about it and definitely like talking about her and giving myself space when I needed it or when I just wanted to sit here and just grieve about it. Still to this day. I mean, there's some times where like literally I just like want to lay in bed all day and that's it. And I'm going to give myself sometimes those days, because I get mentally exhausted and it's draining.
Mm-hmm.
So, again, some people don't get it. Some people won't understand it.
Yeah.
And I'm glad for those people.
Yeah, of course. Of course. It's a tough thing.
Yeah. And I really hate when people say everything happens for a reason, which I'm one of those people with certain things. I will say, things happen for a reason or whatever, blah, blah, blah. But when you're talking about someone dying, what's the reason? You really think God or whoever your higher being wants to inflict pain on others? Because that's what it's doing. You're hurting multiple other people.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I know I get like I say that a lot too, like, oh, everything happens for a reason, but that's a different thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like like I think my grief with my childhood, it happened for a reason, so I can be a better mom, a better parent, like which I honestly don't always feel because
Yeah.
being a parent is fucking hard. But I want my kids to know they're loved, and I tell them that all the time.
Yeah. And you're a great mom, girl. So don't listen to those thoughts. They're just wrong. They're wrong. One thing I wish people would understand about grief is that there's no timeline to it.
Yeah.
There's no event line.
Yeah.
Well, obviously there's an event line because when it happened is when everything begins to start, but not what I mean. There's no this is how long you're supposed to grieve line.
Yeah. There's no time frame.
Yeah.
Yeah. And just because you have like you're grieving doesn't make you weak or you know what I mean, like a baby or anything like that. It's part of life.
Yeah.
Whether
Yeah.
you know it or not, a lot of people grieve about different things like we've been saying. So
Yeah. I think for me, I think grief has taught me, a lot of, like I said, it's like such a taboo topic. A lot of people don't like to talk about it or whatever. It's like, everyone experiences things differently, but it's definitely taught me that life is short. And, my grandma's favorite saying all the time was nobody's promised tomorrow. That was like always her favorite thing
mm-hmm.
to say. And it's so true, you could be here one second and gone literally the next. So, it definitely taught me to be more present and in the moment and how important it is to make memories and spend time with family and spend time with loved ones and be around people that Julian's home, be around people that want to be around me or I want to be around them. So,
Yeah.
there's no other thing that, just know like if you're going through something like this, any type of grief like we talked about, that it's okay for you to feel how you're feeling. There's no timeline, there's no time frame, there's no why are you still feeling like that? Like if anybody is making you feel like that in your life, fuck them.
Yes.
Get them out of your life.
Mm-hmm.
Literally, because you don't need that.
No.
And you don't need somebody sitting there making you feel bad for grieving somebody or something that was important to you.
Mm-hmm. That's
Point
like
blank period.
yeah, no, I don't like that shit. I don't like that. Or like people are like, oh, they're crying over an animal or whatever. Like,
That shit hurts.
yes, it does. Like, come on.
That shit hurts. That shit hurts. And just know, like, you're not broken. There's nothing wrong with you. It's normal to feel how you're feeling.
Mm-hmm.
And just because you're still feeling that way doesn't mean you're stuck. My favorite thing I heard was It's love that has nowhere to go. And it just proves that you are so capable of loving somebody that much. And, proves you're human in my eyes.
There you go.
In my opinion.
Yeah.
And yeah.
I agree.
That's what I have to say on that. Because I be watching a lot of stuff too on it, and different type of therapist or psychologist or whatever talking about it, grief counselors,
Yeah.
things like that. And it's all pretty much similar stuff.
Yeah.
Where it's love that, like I said, just doesn't have anywhere to go right now. It's like amazing that we can love people like that.
Yeah.
That much to that extent. Anything else you want to say about it?
No, I think that was a good episode.
Me too. And I think we cried a lot.
And that's okay.
This was my therapy session. Thank you.
This is what it's supposed to be. That's why it's the Let's Talk About It podcast.
No, yeah.
There's going to be episodes that are like this,
Yeah.
And I'm happy that we can do that. And I'm not ashamed.
No.
So.
No. Very raw, very real.
Yeah.
Very true.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah.
On that note, I really do thank everybody who listens. We've had people reach out, both of us, and ask us where we've been.
Mm-hmm.
We're back, so we're here. And I just want to say thank you to those of you who do watch and to those of you who do listen. And this is something where we both want to be vulnerable with each other or with other people or whatever the case is, have these conversations because they are important, and you are seen, you are heard, and we are here to listen, and we hope you're listening too, if that makes sense. So thank you guys for tuning in, and I hope you enjoy this episode, and let us know. We're here. I'm a listening ear if anyone ever wants to talk as well, and that's all I gotta say. So thanks for tuning in tonight to the Let's Talk About It podcast, or tonight, whatever. I always say tonight, but Let's Talk About It podcast with Carlee and Kat. See you next time.
Yep. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.